I go on walks every morning, like a little early in the morning, and I always see older folks, couples or by themselves, and at this point I know them all, and give a little, hey there. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast, the number 1,232nd podcast in the world. We're just trying to push that number up, become number one, and soon. I am Spencer Cartier, your hero that you didn't ask for and you don't need, but I'm here.
And I am your heroine.
Look at that.
With an E.
With an E. It's a heroic tale of Croak and Crow.
Yeah.
How we spread through the world with our words.
We whirl through the world.
Through the world with our words. And we spread joy and cheer all through the new
atmosphere.
year.
Okay.
I was just trying to sort of transition into it being the
Happy New Year.
Day. That's too early. It's the 15th day of Advent. Christmas. Holiday cheer. Hope you guys are getting your Christmas shopping done.
I hope you're not. I don't want anyone going outside or getting spreading germs or catching germs.
Hope you guys are getting your...
That reminds me, I think...
Hope you guys are getting your online shopping on, getting gifts for all of those folks that you might not be able to see during the holiday year, but you still want to spread the love to.
Every time you say spread, I get scared.
Spread the love. Spread love, not COVID. Oh, that's a good little tagline.
Christmas sweater.
Yeah. Spread love and cheer, not COVID. I'm in a good mood despite the fact that Pennsylvania went on lockdown again. Lost my gyms, but guess what? That gives me more time to do. Focus on what's important. This podcast, spreading the word of God and happiness, and just working on myself for a bit. So, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here, and we're here to stay. And whilst we are here, what is the topic?
The topic is walking.
Oh, nice. That's sort of similar to exercise.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
I absolutely love walking, guys. Today was really rainy and cold, and I was out raking all day. But normally, I always start my day off with a nice 3-mile walk. I transitioned from runs, and I think this will be a good segue of, Spencer, why'd you transition from runs? You were getting a lot done. You were as fit as a fiddle. And I tell you this, it's a workout like any other workout. Like running. When I was 3 miles running, 3 miles walking, I'm getting the same workout, but it's better for my joints.
True.
I'm pushing this old age.
Oh, stop it. I told you not to say that.
No, I'm just kidding. And you know what it is? It's slowing things down a bit.
Yes.
It's the importance of walking. It's slowing things down. There's a piece about it. Before I would just through the trails, not worrying about what was around me. Now I slowed down and I look up to the trees, to the birds, to the creek alongside the nice trail I walk on, and there's a piece to it. Speaking of old people, which I'm not, I often get compared to old people. No, I could compare it to an old person, not old people specifically, because of some of the things I like. I go on my walk every morning. I won't be knitting while I'm telling the story. I tell you guys I don't like sweets, but I do love like butterscotch.
Hard candies.
Yeah.
In his chair.
I have a nice recliner chair that I just sit back on, and I just enjoy the small things. But so as I was going on a walk, people just say this, they're just goofing off. But I go on walks every morning, like a little early in the morning, and I always see older folks, couples or by themselves, and at this point I know them all, and give a little, hey there, to all of them. And then I'm like, I'm the youngest person on this walk, but then I started to think, I said, why? I said, Spencer, why is it like an old thing to do to be like, to walk? And I'm like,
oh.
And I came to the conclusion I came to the conclusion that the old folks got it right. You know, they've lived this life, this fast-paced rat race, if you will, and they ran. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. If I gotta work out, I'm gonna do it in 10 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. And you get to an age, you get to a point in life.
Well, young people walk too.
Well, yeah, I'm just, and I think young people who walk have this figured out.
Right.
But it's not about the race, you know? It's about enjoying every day, every moment.
Right.
And I think walking is a perfect
definitely
way to do that. You know, it's like slow things down. Turn your 15-minute run to a 45-minute walk, and just think about things. Think about what you're gonna do during the day. Look up to the sunshine. You know, have a little pray while you walk. It's not so easy to pray when you run. Right. Dear God, help me.
Dear God, help me.
The job that I want. But when you're walking, you can be like, you know.
You run like that? It's very.
That's why I stopped. That's why it was so bad for my joints. I was running like that.
Oh my gosh.
So that's my little intro spiel to walking.
Yeah. I have this book. Shoot, now I forget the name of it. I just call it my Jesus book because it's easier. And my sister gave it to me, and there's like a running theme,
a walking
theme through it of slow down, rest,
yes,
quiet, still, and there's definitely a lot of walking terminology in it. It's not a
how about just walking with the Lord?
Right.
Why is it not full on sprinting with the Lord?
Right. Or
rock climbing with the Lord, lifting weights with the Lord,
swimming.
That's the other thing. So my gyms are closed, and so now all I have, you know, it's like, oh, guess you're not working out anymore. And it's like, you can't take that. COVID, I'm talking to you now. If you're watching, COVID, you can never take my walks away from me.
I hope COVID's not watching.
You can never take my walks from me. That's between me, nature, and the Lord.
Yeah.
COVID, take that. You can take my gyms, but you'll never take my freedom.
Is that referencing something?
Braveheart.
Oh, okay. You reference so much that I miss.
I'll put it in.
Okay.
They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Yeah. So, you know, you have to walk before you can run.
Yeah. You have to walk before you can run. And I think it's important.
But you went from walking to running and then back to walking. Actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we will probably use a bunch of different analogies on today's podcast that won't necessarily correlate with the other thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's also true. And it's important to, you know, if you're traveling across the country, it's a big trip, you know, and you could try to run the whole thing, Forrest Gump style, but you know, it's important to remember you have that ability just to walk, not push yourself too hard, and grow, and then maybe you'll become a little more fit.
Right.
And I think, you know, it's with this podcast, you know, we're in the walking stage right now.
Yeah.
We're in the walking stage, and it's important that we don't just try to fall and sprint, burn out, and be huffing and puffing on the side of the road, throwing up all of yesterday's Alfredo.
Spencer.
And no, it's a marathon, not a race.
Right.
And it's important for that in all things, you know. If you're getting into spirituality, you want to walk before you can run. I think we've talked about this before, of you need it, because walking is easily more of a habit than running is, and it's the groundwork. You know, if you can walk a mile every day, it's a great achievement. Not everyone can say that they can do that.
Right.
And it's a place to start.
Right.
And it's the same thing with everything. So if you're spirituality and you wanna be cross country in it, it might be a little much. But if you just start with walking every day, you know, daily practice, pray every day, and then you can build on that.
Yeah.
Like, the great thing about like walking, you can build.
And
on
I mean,
it.
you can definitely run with people, but It's probably more likely that if you wanted it to be a social type of thing, you'd be walking, because it's just more people's ability can cross that way.
Yeah, and when we said walk with the Lord, I think it sort of goes back to that. It's not so much important of we need to get there and we need to get there fast. It's that walk, being with someone else, both going on the same path to a destination, maybe chatting while you're doing it.
Right. Yeah. And the Lord talks about just letting him lead the way, and just not worrying about what's up ahead, and just step by step,
one foot in front of the other.
Yeah. So just if you just run forward, you don't have enough time to consider what's going on around you, or to think, make the right choices, or even to hear God's voice, or see the light posts that he's left you.
Exactly. And that's the thing, because I feel like most people in life, me included, where you're running through life, and the difference of going through life in a run is that's when, you'll see older people say, stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
And I think walking symbolically has that advantage of, like, you might see a cool bird on a trail, and it's like you wouldn't have seen that if you were head down, like, running, in a career. If it's just working to the top, you might have missed a good friendship with the intern on the second floor, but you were too busy chasing the top, and now you're there, and now what? Because it's all, life is the journey, right? Obviously, heaven is the destination, but life is a journey that we are supposed to take in as much as we can whilst we are here. And it's important to remember, it's good to push yourself on an earthly level, try to be successful, try to be physically fit, try to be, well read, all these things, but it's equally as important to enjoy every moment, not be worried about the end of the week when you aren't, like, focused on today.
Right. There's, I don't know if other religions do it, but the Catholics do the Stations of the Cross. And the Stations of the Cross is you meditate and pray through the walk that Jesus took to Calvary, which is the place where he was crucified. And so you go along this walk in your mind, and you'll say, like, this is where he stumbled. And you think about that. And then and actually, like, we've done it in school where you walk around the church, and we had stained glass windows around a very big church, and so you would stop there, you would look at the picture, and it was, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus, and it was a big thing, just to, I don't know, I guess focal points of how you could pray on it. Yeah,
I mean, walking, like, I don't really meditate. I never was able to get into it, but I do my best inward thinking and that, like, meditation, if you will, while I'm walking. It's where I can, you sort of clear your body's doing something, so you're not, like, just, having your mind race, and it sort of slows everything down, and I'm able to do my best inward looking when walking, and like, the same thing with conversation. If I walk with somebody, I feel like the conversations are always a little more meaningful, because it's like, I don't know, there's something just special about walking,
isn't there? Yeah.
Now, I was walking on a treadmill, the same as walking. Used to be a big treadmill walker.
I was a treadmill walker. It's so much harder to walk on a treadmill than in real life.
So much.
Or in real terrain.
Yeah. Running or anything. When I used to run, like, every day, it became winter, and so I was like, I can't be running outside. That's the other good thing about walking. because I feel like I could bundle up so much and
Yeah.
it's nice. But I would run. It would just be a couple miles, and then I switched to okay. I'm gonna be inside, and I'm only gonna run 2 miles. The outside felt like boom, like oh wow, I'm already halfway done. When I was on a treadmill, I would be running.
Yeah. It's like what you said about the headphones, without music,
Yeah.
how hard it is to work out. And without, is it the distractions you were seeing out there or?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think that sort of goes to the benefit of, like walking and being in nature and all that it's a good time, I think, to slow things down when you're away from the hecticness of life.
Right.
Because even when you're in a treadmill setting or a gym setting, it's sort of like a means to an end.
Yeah.
Like even you can be watching a show or whatever, but like when you're walking on a treadmill, it's like, this is what I'm doing. I'm walking. Here I go.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. But outside,
so tedious and never ending. And you just, definitely.
Outside is just like more of let your body go on autopilot.
Right.
It's one foot in front of the other, and then you can be at peace.
Pizza.
At pizza.
You can walk to the pizza place, and you can get a slice. That's what I used to do. When all of you, the 3 babies were little. I had a big twin stroller. I'm trying to think. I guess we had another thing. So it was the 2 of us, and we would walk the babies through Pennypack Park, and on the end of the walk, we'd always end up at like the Stop and Go, and we would get gas station pizza and a soda.
Yeah. My friend, who I go on walks with sometimes, I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 times. So she started walking with me. Oh, I want the exercise. I want this, but she would always show up with a donut, and she'd eat the donut. I'm like, that's awesome. Like now you basically nixed the donut out. But it's like the combination. But I'm here to say I'm over the calorie counting. No more calorie counting.
Yay!
20 to 21. I'm still fizzling out of it. It's all about feeling good, guys.
Listen, it is. And it's like say you wanted to compare it to reading the Bible or whatever. Like I read this many verses, I memorized this many quotes, or I did this many chapters, or why all the measurements?
Yeah.
Listen,
that's the other thing I like about walking, because does it take longer? Yeah, but with calorie counting and everything else I think it's better to like become in tune with your body. Like obviously
like bing,
like that. Obviously, you're sometimes your body is gonna say, give me a whole bag of butterscotch and 2 brownies. And then you got to say, is that my body or is that my cravings? But that's not even the point. The point is, if you like sort of become in tune with your body and know what it needs, it's so much more important, because everyone's different. Like, don't watch a person tell you, this is exactly how many macros you need. And it's like, that works for you. And
right.
Well, what does it cost? If it costs my happiness and all that, and the same thing with walking. It's like even though it feels like I know the science of like I'm burning sort of the same amount of calories, but it doesn't feel like a workout as much, but it makes my body feel a lot better, and it's good to become more in tune with your body, see what it needs, say what it wants, and act accordingly.
I want you to walk with like a little hand accordion.
That'd be so cool.
That would be so nice for the people like who haven't reached you yet in the park, just to hear it, and then hear you come,
and then go by,
and then you just go by.
Yeah, I'd want to be really good though. Like I wouldn't want to like know 3 notes. Like I'd want to I want like Italian piazza, like kind of.
Interestingly, my grandfather, on my dad's side, he played the accordion, and your dad's grandfather played the accordion.
So it's in my blood. It's in my roots.
Yeah, it is. It's in his roots. And my mom, I told you before, she's from Ireland.
Played an accordion?
She didn't play an accordion, but she walked, and huge walk. I think okay, I'm not going to talk for everyone's cultures because I don't know them, but I do know that Irish people are huge walkers.
I believe it. And you know why?
There's so many places to walk.
No.
Oh.
'Cause I'm talking about me now.
Oh.
This is even before I started walking on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
I've always prided myself on my speed walk.
Oh.
And I'm not saying speed walk in
You ever
the
see in
sense,
the Olympics?
yeah, no, like that's the kind of walking I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying speed walking and like, whoa, slow down, you're a fast walker. It's like when I actually,
Oh yeah,
like
without lifting off the ground.
I could beat a child's run, maybe not an adult's run, but and I've challenged a lot of people over my years.
You know, it's when you're doing that, when you're speed walking, there comes a point where it will feel better to run.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Because there's a sign.
It's strenuous.
Because technically walking is 1 foot or 2 feet are never fully off the ground. Once two, but and so I've challenged people, far more athletic than I, and so it's always fun because they're always up for it because they see me and I'm like, I bet I could outwalk you, from here to there.
Yeah.
And they'd say,
well, is it because you're taller?
I think it's because I'm built different.
I'm different.
I'm built different.
Because my family, we're all tall, but they're taller than I am. And I found that they had long strides, and I would try to keep up with them.
I think it's my genetics.
No, it's true.
I've challenged people my size taller than me.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody can.
No,
keep
you come
up.
from walkers. My mom used to walk the legs off of us. For she didn't. Well, we didn't have a car, so that was for the starters. And lived in Philadelphia, and just like the amount of miles when I think back on it, like, come on, I have to make a deposit at the bank, and off we'd all go as little kids. And the same thing, I walked the legs off my children. I remember in Trinidad, I always bring up Trinidad, but
did we ever even explain Trinidad?
I don't know.
I'm Trinidadian.
Did we?
No, you've only ever brought it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we put up the map before. Like we put up the country map for some reason. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever fully brought it up though.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
I'm a dual citizen because my father is Trinidadian. And not like, oh, he's Trinidadian, his parents were from England and he moved to Trinidad. Like, he's like, as they say in Trinidad, Trinitudabone. I've known my dad for all my life and I still can't do his accent.
I've known my dad all my life.
Not everyone has.
Oh, true.
And I still can't do his accent, but he still has an accent because he still lived in Trinidad for most of his life, right?
He moved to America when he was 40.
Yeah, so it won't be until he's 81
that
he could say, I've lived. So they met in Trinidad, and then, had us. And
I love Trinidad, and I love my Trinidadian.
Shout out.
My Trinidadian friends, best people I met in my life. And
I'm sure your American friends love to hear it.
I don't have any. No, just kidding. I love everybody, but Trinidadian people are very, very nice. Even the people who aren't Trinidadian but live in Trinidad, because I also had people from Trinidad who were from other places.
Yeah.
They have a beautiful accent. They have delicious food that I can't eat anymore.
Actually,
I could eat my friend. I have to get all her recipes. My friend in Trinidad does make Trinidadian food, vegetarian and gluten free.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Anyway, great place, great music. It's a Caribbean island. How can you not like it? Why did we say it?
You were just going on to say I used to do a lot of walking in Trinidad.
When I moved to Trinidad with my 3 babies, I'm a huge walker. We've always walked my whole life. And like I said, my mom, huge walker. So when I went there, I'm going to walk. And so I used to walk my babies around and around, and people would be like, why are you, because it's very hot there, as you can imagine. And I would do it in what was a normal time of day for me, like
We were
noon.
super pale babies in,
Yeah.
in the Trinidadian sunlight.
Like noon, and people would be like, it's too hot out there. But I didn't care. I still walked, and
you didn't care.
I didn't care.
My long-term
It was worse
skin damage.
You were in a stroller with a canopy. No, you were fine. But anyway, in the Bible, they're always walking, right?
That's all they do.
All they
Mostly
do.
because I don't think they had cars back
No,
then.
that's what I was just gonna say. Obviously that's what you think, right? You say that the people walk in the Bible because there was no other option.
Well, they had donkeys.
I don't think that it's highlighted because that's like, they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't talk about like, well, like they went to the well because there was no indoor plumbing. Like, I think it was symbolic. So like,
Yeah.
it's always Jesus walked with the people, or walked on water, you know, or even when he was resurrected, you know, his friends were walking along the road. And I think on first glance, I think the Bible, that's what's so great about it. Like, you know, that you see these shows on Netflix that people watch over and over again. And then they say, you can watch it so many times because you always learn new things. Well, I mean, that's the Bible.
Yeah.
So on first glance, yeah, of course, Jesus is walking because what was he going to, you know, be on, what's a Segway, you know?
Can you imagine Jesus on a Segway?
He was the original Segway. I mean, he could just float anyway.
Yeah. I love Segways, man.
You do love
I've loved them
Segways.
since before
Since
they
you
were
were little.
Before they
like-
were cool.
Yeah, they were like prototypes.
Yeah, it wasn't like mall cops didn't have
No.
them. They didn't turn them into the no handlebars for like the kids now. What are those called? Hoverboards or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was like OG, big old things. It was my dream to have
really
one.
did.
Yeah,
But you did go on them.
I did.
Yeah.
We took some Segway tours, but never had my own.
I'm afraid.
It was like magic to me.
I'm afraid of a Segway.
But yeah, sorry. So Jesus on a Segway.
You know the terrible story of the man who bought the Segway company.
No.
Do we talk about bad stories on this podcast? The man who, you know, so the Segway, there's a book, Ginger. Ginger was Ginger was the prototype name. You could probably get it for 50 cents. It's so
$20.
It's
hard
really?
copy. I think it might be more than that.
Really?
30. Yeah.
It's a really old book, but this man.
Books don't decrease value with age.
Come on, you see like the bargain bin at Barnes and Noble.
Well, that's like specific books. So I'm saying like
My sound guy's not going to like me for that one. The bargain bin at Barnes and
I'm
Noble.
gonna get you the pop shield.
Yeah. Books, come on. You see a book, you're like, people get heartbroken. They put their life and soul in it, and it's being sold for 50 cents. Anyway,
The Bible's expensive, and that's been around forever.
you and these expensive Bibles.
They're expensive.
Someone buy him a Bible. It's like you can't afford a Bible.
I can't. I think my brother stole mine.
The book Ginger was when all of those, what are they? Was it the Apple people or the Microsoft people? I don't know. It was
It's like Silicon Valley.
yeah,
people.
those smart brainiac people, and they Dean
Simmons.
Dean Kane, I want to say. He invented it, and it was they were like trying to figure it out how it could work and how it's going to replace sneakers. Like, you know, they had such high hopes for it. Anyway, it evolved. It came out. It was introduced. It made it. It went, you know, just regular. Anyway, this man, rich guy, I think he was in Scotland, and he bought the company, bought the everything.
Like
the
rights and the
I'm the
trademarks.
Segway king. This is now me. If you ever would get a Segway in the world, it's going to come from this man. He gets on it and he goes off the cliff and dies.
No.
Yes.
That sounds like a made up story.
It's a real story.
Why was he segwaying so close to cliffs?
I think he lived on a cliff. Like, oh, let me try it. Like he has a beautiful mansion. I know.
He died doing what he believed in.
That's a Christmas story. Yeah. But anyway.
That's why walk, guys. It's a lot harder to fall off cliff walking than it is
True.
other forms of moving.
True. So the Bible, I think, first glance, you say that they're walking because they had to walk, and I say, I say, see and say the farmer says, I say that no, I think there's more to it. I think there's a reason that it wasn't jog with Jesus, that it was
Jog with Jesus. Ooh, I kind of want to make a 5K called Jog with Jesus.
Well, he wouldn't be there.
Well, if yes, of course he would.
You mean
everywhere.
he's with everybody?
Yeah.
Or
Have a jog for Jesus.
Jog for Jesus. Jog for
Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus' little joggers.
Aren't they sweatpants?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna work. That'd be kind of cool to make them look like old and like a little tattered.
That's Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah. Way to go, Kanye. Calling it the Yeezy collection instead of the.
Well, he does all
Jesus
that holy
joggers.
stuff.
Yeah. All right, I keep cutting you off.
No, cut away.
No. Yeah, I mean, I think
He's always walking. He's walking
Yeah.
here. He's walking there.
I've said once, I've said 10 times now. It's easy to turn it metaphorical, you know, like walking is this slowing down, and like you said, oh, he's walking with people, you know, he's walking with these crowds. You become part of the crowd. If you're all running, you're all doing you're all doing something to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Walking is like I am with these people,
Right.
I and we have a destination. Don't get me wrong.
And it does include more people because, you know, Jesus and the apostles, they're in their 30s. These guys, you know, if they were running places, then you wouldn't have the sick people and the children, the widows, the you're able to include more people.
Yeah, and you're walking with them, you know, like, yeah, you've seen, like, I don't know, like, films or where, like, Jesus is walking, and then, like, maybe someone will come up and ask him something.
Right.
And it's just this being all together, all with the same destination.
Right.
Being wherever you're going.
Right,
whether
right.
it's Jerusalem or
Yeah.
if it is, you know, you're, like, come take this walk with me.
Right. And how easy that like when you read Jesus's words, how he just says it's so easy, you know, and walking for the most part is easy. For the most people, I should say. And you know, just walking with him, like people were cured of him just walking through the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, the gospel story of the woman who just grabbed behind him, she grabbed his cloak and she was cured. And he turned around and he said he felt that someone had done that.
Who took my energy?
So like Barack Obama on that one.
Let me be clear. If you needed me to give you some of my soul spark, all you had to do was ask. How's that?
That was great. And for all we know, he did speak like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so there is a very quiet power about walking.
Mm-hmm.
And what did Pierce say the other day? Walk softly and carry a big stick.
Who's that? Roosevelt?
He's referencing
One of the
yeah.
Roosevelts.
Yeah.
But I think it's speak softly.
Is it?
Yeah. Speak softly, but carry a big stick.
Oh, yeah. Because how would you walk softly? You wouldn't know because you're the loudest walker that is around. You're a stomper.
Yeah. I walk with my heels.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that comes from my speed walking.
Yeah.
Speed
It doesn't
walking.
come from dancing because I think dancing is the balls of your feet.
Yeah. I'm also a dancer. Speed walker. It's you know what? It takes a toll on my feet. That's why this podcast was sponsored by
Dr. Scholl's.
Dr. Scholl's.
Gel inserts. They're great.
One day when Dr. Scholl's calls us and says, we love what you're doing.
Right.
We're going to say, hey, can you remonetize a
Dr.
video?
Scholl himself.
Yeah, we already knew you were going to call.
Right.
Just monetize a walking episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I come from a family of walkers and, people do it for health with no thought that it also is helping their mind, but it does help their mind.
Yeah. I mean, you see it with mental health. Mental health is always a tricky subject because there is no one. Oh, you're depressed? Go on a walk.
No, there's too many factors.
But for some people, just, you know, it's too hard to do anything. Like, I have to get up, you know, do the dishes and go but walking is like a peaceful way to get on your feet, get outside, you know, like just not too much pressure on anything.
Yeah.
And just walk. It's good for a lot of people in that, and that's why I compared it to meditation.
Right.
And
yeah, there's walking meditation actually in Buddhism. There was a Buddhist temple in Glenside, and I was checking it out, I don't know, a few years ago, and they have like sitting meditations, it's called, where you sit and like the people chant the different things and the bells and everything, and you don't have to do any of it, or you could do all of it.
Yeah.
And they also have walking meditation where
sign me up for that.
Yeah. But you don't go in the park or anything. I think you might just
walk around the monastery or
right,
whatever they call it, the temple.
And then, taking a baby for a walk. When you take a baby for a walk, he's in a stroller. He's not walking.
Yeah.
But I think it's more than just the fresh air, because it's like the stimulation.
Yeah.
And you take the baby for a walk.
You get outside and take the baby for a walk.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we have 2 little puppy dogs, and I'm thinking like when summer comes, I'm gonna get like a doggy stroller.
Doggy stroller, yeah.
Pick up all the neighborhood girls
and put them in the stroller.
No, like with my cute dogs. And
yeah, I got it.
My chiseled frame. Just kidding. I don't have cute dogs.
Or a chisel frame.
No.
Or a girlfriend.
But
yeah,
I don't think we're gonna hammer home the point too much. I think I recommend everyone to get started walking, and don't let someone tell you go out there and walk 2 miles. Walk around the block. Walk to the mailbox. Start somewhere. Don't over push yourself, but try. Obviously, we're recommending people to walk on December 15th.
Well, no, because also the walking, like besides the physical, what if you literally live in a unsafe area where you can't walk, or what if you don't have the mobility to walk? Also, this podcast could be for you. Think of who led them through the desert and parted the sea and everything? Moses. They walked, meaning like put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
It is Christmas season, and is it the abominable snowman?
Abominable.
But no, the cutest little, is it Rudolph? And it put one foot in front of the other.
Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I think it's the cute abominable snowman.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not saying it right. Anyway, just to you can do it.
Just take those steps.
Take a step, take a break. Take a step, take a break.
Yeah, the hardest part of walking is getting off your seat, getting out of bed. Once you start, you can just get into stride. Walk with us on this podcast.
Yeah.
We're not running.
Ooh, we could do walk along with us.
Walk along with us.
We have 2 GoPros.
Oh, like literally walk along
No,
with
literally.
us. Like with me.
Yeah.
And my dogs in the stroller.
Yeah, well, I didn't
shirtless.
I didn't count on that, but
Ding.
No, because and then there's the people who can't get out. We would get out there for them.
Yeah.
You know how they have the church service, and it's broadcast.
Yeah.
It feels like you're at church. This will feel like you're walking.
And then
you could even do.
You can put it on your treadmill.
You know what they have? Do you know this? Even if it's treadmill, you always got the people in the high levels. I'm talking about the people in the low level mobility.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the little tiny thing you put at your feet? You sit in a chair. And you just turn your feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could do that, and we could take a walk for them.
We'll take a walk for you.
We'll take a walk for you.
We'll take a walk. I'll take.
Walk it off.
I'll walk across the country for you guys.
People do that.
I think I might do it one day.
I think it's unsafe.
To walk across the country?
Yeah.
Nothing's unsafe.
You don't know how far across the country is. And if you don't believe me, you don't remember, but you know the story of Hands Across America, where we thought we could clasp hands across America.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And we were all in for it. And we were all signing up. We're like, we want to be part of the chain. It's going to be so awesome. And no one considered there's huge breaks in
like desert in Arizona and stuff.
There's too many people in one spot. And you can look it up by the time you edit, but I don't think it ever could happen.
I wish that did happen.
I know. So everyone did. It was so exciting.
Can you imagine? literally just one chain
Yeah.
of people. I just feel like there'd be someone who messed it up though somewhere. Probably in like Idaho.
Oh, those Idahoans, they're always messing stuff up.
I don't really know much about Idaho.
I just
except
know
for
potatoes.
That's all I know. Yeah,
Sorry,
they'll be
Idaho.
like
I know you have more than potatoes.
Yeah.
We have more than coal.
Is Pennsylvania known for coal?
Used to be.
I thought we were the steel city because Pittsburgh.
Coal.
And we're
coal
also-
mines.
Yeah, but like we also like have like Philadelphia, and that's like historic.
Philadelphia is its own little state.
Yeah, seriously. Don't talk to us, rest of Pennsylvania. We don't associate with you. But yeah, so walk with us. Walk on your own. Just slow down. Slow down. Quit running from life. Quit running through life. Stop. Look at the birds. Nod to the elderly.
What if you are the elderly?
Nod to the young folks who are nodding at you. And enjoy life. We got a lot of years here. No reason to rush it. You know what running in is rushing. And we don't.
And if you're walking somewhere, maybe we're walking at the same time, and so we are walking together.
It's like the Outsiders, and when he was talking to Sherry Valance,
Okay.
and he was like, because they're from like the south side or in the north side. Is that how it goes? He was like, can you see the sunset?
From the south side?
Well,
Very
from the
good.
south side. She's like,
Yeah, real good.
yeah, sure I can, Pony. Sure
You
I
see
can
it
see
from
the
the
south
north
side,
side,
the
too.
sunset.
I
He's
love
like,
this.
And then he's like,
Thanks, Pony
well, that's
Boy.
the same sunset I'm looking at.
You did okay.
Beautiful moment. And let's just end it on that. Let's end it on the Outsiders.
And you've now been privy to one of his other favorite. Is it
Top
your favorite
10.
movie or book? Like, what is you'd like it because it's of the book or the movie?
It's because it's one of the rare movies in my mind, or rare books in my mind
That worked out.
Yeah, that I love the movie just as much as I loved the book. But it's definitely top 10 movies, top 5 books. But that's it. So get to walking, folks, and we'll be back tomorrow. Peace.